hang on a minute, start the video. I've just pressed record and Streamlabs has put up a massive red warning to say my microphone is muted, even though it's picking up my microphone. Happy Thursday. Honestly, I think that about sums up today. This is a lot later than I would normally want to start the video. But yeah, I woke up with a headache and thought, you know what, I'm going to try and get a couple extra hours sleep to see if I could sleep it off. And the universe fisted me for that, so where are we going? But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it. I've had a few bad days. This is probably just the I don't know the word. Man. Right, anyway. New season! New season in World of Warcraft. New season. I hopefully you caught the stream yesterday. I was live for 6 hours just doing some Mythic Plus and all that sort of good stuff. So we did a total of 9 dungeons. Let me just open my adventure guide. What is it? Control J? No. Shift J. There we go. So our dungeons of this season are Arakara, the City of Echoes, not Threads, thank God. Dawnbreaker Priory, which is absolutely horrible. We did that yesterday on a +5. I think it was a +5 or a +4. I genuinely will have to talk to my psychologist about that. Operation Floodgate, always good. I love it, and I love seeing bubbles, which is that really annoying sort of frog ad thing. Well, the boss basically, you know, grabs him and off the top rope slams his fucking face into the ground and kills him and leaves an orphan. And it sounds sad, that's traumatic, you know, but fuck that ad. I'm glad we don't have to kill it this season. And yeah, maybe that's a bit cruel. Yeah, I don't care. Ecodome is really good. I really like Ecodome. Ecodome is a really good dungeon. I really enjoy it, and I'm probably going to be running a lot of it because there's a trinket out of there, and I think there's a weapon out of there as well. So Halls of Atonement, again, it's a really good dungeon. It's an old dungeon, but there's lots of big pools, lots of like interrupts, lots of sort of CC that's needed for that particular dungeon. So that'll be I think that'll be a hard one in higher Mythic Plus. And then the last 2 dungeons is Tazavesh. That's split into Gambit and Streets. Streets will give you cancer, Gambit will make you happy. I don't make the rules, okay? We did all of them yesterday. I did every single one. My Mythic Plus score right now is, there we go, 1645, day 1. Now obviously that isn't a bizarrely high Mythic Plus score. There are people in my guild that have already got over 2k because they're grouping up and they're doing content together. They're pushing harder content than I am. So, but I'm happy with that. I'm hoping by the weekend that we can have 2k and we can get our 3rd tier piece. I did not get really anything from the raid. I had to use the catalyst to make my 1st tier piece, and I grabbed the 2nd one out of the vault. So we have 2 set. We raided yesterday and I got a weapon, and I got a pair of, I did equip them, okay. The stat balances weren't good, but I got a pair of trousers as well. I got a ring from the world boss, which I upgraded, so we're up to 685, so we're getting there. The raid is really fun. There's a lot of good bosses. The last boss is insane. all of the bosses up until the last boss were a cakewalk. So we talked about the bosses beforehand. Yeah, so like going over like tactics, what things are gonna look like and all that sort of stuff, right? And we got to, I think it was, is it this one? Yes, it is, right? So Fractilis, I think is how it's said, right? This is this big boss, right? And he sort of sits at the front of the raid, and there are like spikes, and he casts walls with his abilities, like literal walls. And you have to catch the walls on the spikes, and then there's an ability to destroy those walls. Okay, that's sort of the basis, and it's your whole everything revolves around not putting too many walls on each spike. Okay, making sure you've got a space in the middle, and then using the other 4 or 5, right? And it sounds like, I was like, okay, this is kind of like a new thing because you can't go through the walls, you can get stuck behind them. So it sounds like this is going to take like a lot of juggling. So anyway, we go in, we engage the boss, we start, and the walls are coming, and you know, I put my wall down, and then people are destroying the walls. I have no idea what the walls do, and the boss died. And I was like, great, okay, that sounds bizarrely complicated, and it wasn't. It was very easy. We just killed it. Again, like what other one? The first boss is actually really fun. It's you use your cloak to go through walls, and people didn't know the distance. Now, the only reason I knew the distance was because I accidentally used my cloak during the fight. The boss goes through a wall, and you have to use your cloak, which is our new item, to phase through the wall. And obviously everybody did it too early, and I think 6 of our raid members died because the wall is just it's a one-shot, it's a delete mechanic. So obviously, because people don't know how it actually works, it was really funny watching like some of the best raiders in the guild just use it, get stuck, and then get squashed by a wall. So that was good. But yeah, overall, honestly, really fun raid. If you like pink and purple like me, you are absolutely golden. It looks amazing. But yeah, other than that, the last boss, oh my god, what a step up in difficulty. It's like I think it's a 3-phase fight. First phase, we lost a chunk of our raid because there's a knockback, but we didn't know how far it was, so it killed, I think it killed half the raid the first time it went off, which was good. The second phase we only got to once because we were basically talking about like the first phase and how we wanted to do it and stuff. We get to the second phase, and the boss, you're not even attacking the boss, you're attacking ads, and the boss is attacking you from a distance. And it's like he threw like he basically throws a punch, and it kind of throws like something that hits the platform, so you have to go to one side or the other. And that was what the raid leader said. So he was like, you know, we have to go all to the left or all to the right. But he didn't say that. He said it's the boss's left hand, which means that the item is going to come on the right. Yeah, so he got it confused. Half of the raid kind of understood it, the other half didn't, and the fucking thing come down and just, yeah, it squashed everyone, and lots of people died, and it was kind of funny. So then we spent a bit of time sort of talking about it, and just, you know, talking about how we want to do it and the process of what we're going to do, and then we're going to come back to it and do it on Sunday, which is absolutely fine, by the way. I'm not absolutely not bothered at all. We killed 7 bosses, we have a full vault, so our plan is to go in on Sunday, kill that boss, and then start heroic. I think a lot of people in the raid, like most people in the raid, how do we get up there? Oh, we don't need to, it's right there. yeah, most people in the raid are. We have two set now, so last night in the raid, I think I was the only one in the raid, the only one in the raid that didn't have old 4 set. So my DPS was absolutely abysmal, which is kind of sad. Considering I spent the day doing Mythic Plus and felt like, you know, I'm actually doing well here. Like, I feel like I'm actually able to hold my own and do damage. But apparently in the raid, I am just as disabled as I've always been. So yeah, there's that. As you see, I just forgot to put poisons on it. God damn it. But yeah, that'll get better once I get 4 set and once I actually find my rhythm. I changed my talents twice in the raid yesterday, trying to basically see what I was doing wrong because it was not going well at all. Oops. So I'm playing a different, slightly different style, I would say. So my talents for Mythic Plus right now are Death Stalker, but you can play Fatebound, and you can basically you get a buff, like it's a really good buff that gives you either damage, like increased damage, or it does damage from what I understood. Oh, there's no way you're gonna kill him before I get there, right? So on the whole, it looks decent, and on paper it seems to be. Oh my fucking god, we got another Jimmy. This is a rare pet. I've killed this guy twice, and I've got it twice. Well, Jimmy, welcome to Thursday's video, buddy. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna rename him to Thursday Viber. There we go. Oh, fucking Jimmy. Right. Bro, I'm so caught up on catching another Jimmy that I've forgotten what we were even talking about. Oh, that'll be fun to rewatch in the video because my memory has absolutely just faded to black. Oh yeah. Yes, I remember my talents and how I'm shit. Yup. So all I need to do is basically just get a hold of what I'm doing with my new spec and practice it. That's it. Once I've done that, I shouldn't be as disabled, or at least that's the dream. I do not think I'll be able to compete with some of the people in my guild. They're very, very good players, you know. One of our tanks, I think it was the tank. I might be mistaken, it might not be the tank, it might just be the Demon Hunter. But last season was one of the top on his server. Now, not in the world, like he was like in the thousands, like, but he was a damn good player. And yeah, he tanks a raid. Sure, he's the tank. So people like that, like I'm not as good as that, you know. And I've said, and I actually spoke to Jay about this last night, and he said as well, like, yeah, I used to be a top 500 player, right, for Mythic Plus, not for raiding. I hate raiding. Like, I only raid because I get to like speak to people and I get some items that I need. But I'm not like a big fan of raiding, honestly. I like Mythic Plus. That's what I really like to do, and that's what I am good at. So I don't have an issue. Like yesterday in Mythic Plus, I really didn't have any problems at all. I was pretty comfortable in what I was doing. I even managed to do a couple of skips and shrouds and stuff like that. So like I'm totally comfortable. And I felt like, you know, I'm putting the effort in here in Mythic Plus. We'll go into the raid, and yeah, bro, absolutely, I was dead last, not doing good at all. So I was like, right, okay, there has to be something wrong. Changed everything up, same. I was like, right, okay, and there's something I have to do, you know. So I looked into it, and the spec that I was playing was not as good. Yeah, and there's a better one. And I thought, right, well, that's fair. I will try that, and it felt okay, but I need to practice it because I need to check for timings and all that sort of stuff. So I ain't worried about it. Like, I've got plenty of time to sort of get to grips with it. We're not going to be in Mythic for another couple of weeks, so I'm not like worried about it. You know, it'll be fine. Other than that, for World of Warcraft, as I say, I'm doing World Quest at the moment. I'm just trying to catch up because I literally spent yesterday doing Mythic Plus. I did not want to do anything else, and I didn't. I did Mythic Plus, you know. We did 9 dungeons, and the universe decided to punch me in the face and give me 2 items, one of which wasn't a very good item because of the stats. So I kind of ended up getting annoyed, and I've obviously went into the raid a little bit more underpowered than I would have liked. There isn't really much I can do about that. That's just the way it is. It's not great, but RNG just be like that. I can't control it. I'm fortunate because I got a very good vault, so I'm able to get my 2 set. But the drops just seem abysmal, and I know there's going to be tons of you. There's going to be tons of people. Like, I put something up about this on TikTok, and I know there's going to be loads of people that are going to read that and go, yeah, the drops are fucking abysmal. Like, I just don't know why. You know, I felt like, you know, you have a 40% chance per dungeon to get loot. The chance of like missing that roll 7 times, and it's like, yeah, okay. I suppose it could be worse, but I'm not sure how it could be worse. So yeah, I guess that's a yeehaw. Eventually we'll get there, right? It doesn't really matter. We'll just have to like rely on getting some more items that people don't need out of the raid, and you know, doing delves where you kind of are guaranteed items and stuff. So it'll be fine. We will absolutely get caught up. It's not going to be fine. I mean, we're 685. There's a chunk of people in my guild that are all over 690. I have no idea how. Like, I have no idea how they're over that already. You know, but they are. I think our top eye level player is, I want to say 693 or something. The guy is fucking stacked, man. And it's like, I just don't get it. I don't get how, like, you must be very lucky. Like, even my Jesus Christ, my mage from last tier is 678, so that's where I would have been starting. But then to get sort of 14, 15 eye levels on top of that, like, the luck, and I mean, well, yeah, it's just luck, but holy shit, I mean, that's got to be racist towards me in some way, right? Yeah, I'm the victim. I might get off, mate. I don't have much left to say about World of Warcraft. In terms of like how things are going, obviously I'm happy. Like, I've got content to do again. You know, I'm glad to be playing this game. I love this game. You know, but it's only fun when there's things to do, right? If you're stuck and you don't have anything to do, then it becomes really, really like not fun to play, because you're like bored, right? And I tend not to do alts quite as much as other people. You know, I'm just not like that. But it's nice. I'm looking forward to pushing Mythic Plus on my rogue. Sorry, I was killing the thing. My mage, obviously, by the way, funny story before we change subject. I swapped to my rogue deliberately, yeah, because there was 3 mages last tier, yeah, there was 3. I went into that raid and we had no mage. There was none. There was none. And I'm like, I changed deliberately because we had an excess of mages. We were very, somehow, we were very ranged heavy. And I was like, you know, well, that's fine. Like, I will just put the work in. I will do my rogue because, like, I'm good at my rogue. Like, I've spent a lot of time playing my rogue. And they were like, yeah, no problem, and I've done that. And now we have no mages. So I said at the start of the raid, I was like, look, do you want me to log on to my mage? Because my mage, I haven't done any preparation, but it's geared enough to be able to come into the raid. And they were like, nah, it doesn't matter. And people complained about it because they were like, oh, you know, I need my int buff and stuff, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, fine, I'm happy. I'll stay on my rogue. But yeah, we went from 3 mages last patch to 0. So, yeehaw. I didn't need to change. Right, enough of that. In my personal life, everything is on fire. It has not been good at all. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It has not been good. I've had a couple of big meetings with my psychologist and my psychiatrist. My psychiatrist has obviously spoke to my psychologist about medication. Why the fuck am I doing this? Yep. Has spoke to, yeah, they spoke about my medication, and a long time ago they consulted a pharmacist because a lot of the medication that that I have taken is just, it doesn't do anything, yeah, like it doesn't affect me in any way. So it's been, I would say it's been a little bit of a problem getting a medication that works. So we're trying a new class, I want to say is what it's called. I've been advised to not drink alcohol. I've been advised to try and get to bed earlier to give myself more rest, which is obviously, that's a big ask, because even when I go to bed at a decent time, like last night I was in bed quite early. I say early, it was after midnight, but usually I'm up a bit later than that. I just couldn't sleep, you know. I'm worrying about things and I'm having like a lot of like battle to fight because my brain has just decided to just dig up everything, and I can't turn it off. So it's sort of greatly impacting it's greatly impacting sort of everything. Yeah, today I woke up with a headache. I'm going to be taking medication. I haven't taken anything yet, but I'm going to need to because like my eyes are sore. But yeah, it's like when you're dealing with all that, it's very hard to sort of like get things like well rested and all that, and it sort of impacts everything. So that's why I wanted to play a horror game last week, and I just couldn't. I was not having a very good time. I was not in a good place, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't shake my feeling, and even then, like trying to acknowledge that and actually go, okay, you know, this is what I'm feeling, this is what's happening, and trying to actually, like, I suppose you're almost acknowledging it and then trying to deal with it. Yeah. Now obviously I'm not exactly entirely fucking good at that, okay? So give me a break. But I'm trying, and it will take probably a long time, yeah, months, years, to actually be able to do it well, you know, rather than just sort of ignoring everything. What the hell am I doing here? Oh, phase dive. So yeah, everything in my life is basically just not great at the moment. It's everything's sort of piling up, and I'm just trying to sort of wade through it. It's not working, you know. But hence why I've had appointments with professionals, why I'm starting a new medication and all that sort of stuff, you know. It'll get better, and if it doesn't, then we will just look to something else. You know, I'm not going to take a medication that doesn't work, right? If it doesn't work, then we'll give it a try for a month. If there's no difference, we try something else. And I've recognized that I probably need that rather than just go and ignore everything and it not work. See, I'm growing as a person. Boom. Fucking doing it, man. Yeah, and other than that, Rocket League, I've actually started to get back into it a little bit. I think I've been in a huff with it for quite a little while, but don't need to be in here. But I've been playing it with Illusions, I've been playing it with Natty, and you know what? It's fine. It's better than Overwatch because it's less punishing, and at least we have a bit of fun together, right? Because I play with someone rather than on my own. So yeah, Overwatch, fucking Overwatch. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to say. This is probably going to be one of the longest videos I've ever done, so I apologize for that. Yeah. The last thing, sort of closing arguments, are I just want to thank you guys for sticking with it. Yeah, and I understand. Wait a minute. Look at this. So cute, man. I want one. Oh, man, I talk about a pet and my brain just goes to mince, man. Right, anyway, I've remembered. Thank you. Thanks for sticking with it. Yeah, and I understand that I am perhaps a little more irritable, and I do apologise for that. It's not purposeful. It's just I have not found like a way of coping at the moment. Yeah, so it will get better in time. I ask you to stick with it, and that's it. You know, I'll continue to make content for you guys. I made a meme. I put it on the on TikTok yesterday, so go and have a look at it. That's the kind of things that really help me out with support, right? Just actually watching my content, sharing my content, liking it, whatever it is you're doing. Like, that's the best way to support me. Yeah, if you would like to actually support me with money, yeah, buy me a coffee. That's all I ask. A couple of quid and buy me a coffee, and I will go and I will get a coffee, and I will use that as a sort of motivation to make more content for you guys. That's it. Yeah. You don't need to do anything else. Yeah. If you're watching the YouTube videos, like if you're watching this and you're subbed and all that sort of stuff, like, just like, leave a comment, give me some feedback. That's more than anybody could ever ask for. Yeah, and I am eternally grateful for that. Okay, I'm gonna go. All right, I think we've spent enough time talking. I'm gonna get this video done for you, and I will be on stream later. I have a couple of things to do today. I sold £550 worth of Pokemon stuff, and I need to pack that and send it away. Big sale. It's going into someone's personal collection. They've been looking for things for a long time, and I had them at a good price, and she was like, put them up for sale, and she paid instantly. So I'm gonna get that done, and then get this video like all rendered for you and get it up today. I will see you on stream later. Yeah, I will see you on stream later. If I don't see you on stream later, then I will see you at the weekend. We will be streaming Saturday and Sunday because it's Shirtless Sunday. You asked for it, you got it. Alright, I am going to go. It is much love. I will see you hopefully later and have a good day. Okay? Bye.